This show just wasn't really that good, was it? I mean, when you think of Monday Night Raw and Trish Stratus returning, slapping the taste out of Elias's mouth, you had Kevin Owens in a fantastic match with Seth Rollins, then quitting WWE afterwards. Then you go into a Braun Strowman heel turn, whether you liked it or hated it. You had a lot of newsworthy topics coming out of Raw. SmackDown, what is the big memory you're going to remember of SmackDown, guys? Booker T doing a spin-a-rooney? That's the only thing 2 months from now you may remember. A month from now you may remember. A week from now you may remember Booker T spin-a-rooney. But that was it. Now I'm going to get to just the bad show in general. I'm going to get to every segment, or at least most of them, in this video. But I'm not going to make you guys wait for the big topic at hand. The big situation that we need to talk about. I'm not going to make you wait till later in the video. I'm not going to make you wait through a few ads. No, I'm going to get to it right now. And that is Charlotte and Becky Lynch and the tragic situation that WWE has once again found themselves in. It wasn't bad enough that over on the Raw side, half of your audience doesn't even care for your face Universal Champion. Half the audience thinks he should turn heel. Half the audience just doesn't fucking give a shit about the motherfucker. Not throwing shade. I'm just saying, by the reaction, you're 50-50 at best. Sometimes 60-40 in any direction. 60-40 cheering him. 60-40 booing him. But Roman Reigns is not your full throttle face that I'm sure WWE would like him to be. Over on SmackDown, their women's champion, who is supposed to be full throttle face Charlotte, is getting booed out of the building last week in the States and this week in Canada. So that gives you a good pulse on the rest of the world that Charlotte, your face champion, is being booed out of the building. Meanwhile, your newly crowned heel, your big heel on SmackDown, Becky Lynch, is being cheered. Becky, 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 non-stop any arena she goes to. That's a fucking issue if I've ever seen one. Here we go again. I'm telling you this. If I'm a casual fan and I just turn on pro wrestling, man, WWE, and I'm hearing the boos that Roman Reigns gets, but yet my fucking parents or my friends that I'm watching with, they're telling me that's the face, that's the good guy, but he's getting booed. How is that? Yeah, they don't really, creatively, they just fucked up. And then you go over to SmackDown, and I'm hearing the fucking cheers that Becky's getting, but my parents or my friends that I'm watching with, they're telling me, yeah, but that's actually the heel. Well, why do people fucking love her? Because the company just fucked up. They don't really know what they're doing booking-wise, but that's actually a heel, BC. Wow! This is a fucked up product. Don't think I'll be watching that again. So that's where we find ourselves in. It's another Roman Reigns situation, but reverse. Becky Lynch is your supposed heel, but she's really the face. And this is what I told you guys. This is what I was afraid of, because when you become cheered like that, Vince is going to have no choice but to kind of position you more as a face. The problem is, Becky was just coming from being a face, and we already know Vince doesn't know what to do with face Becky. So heel Becky was going to be a welcoming sight for all of us. I just urge you fans, the second Becky turned heel, I started on these videos asking everybody that can fucking hear me. That's why I say it's always important. Share my vids, dude, because you guys got to get the word out. The real fucking truth needs to be spread. Don't fucking show all the adulation to Becky yet, because Vince will have to position her as a face. We know Vince doesn't know what to do with face Becky, and I'm telling you, by Royal Rumble, this Becky Lynch momentum, steam, and fire will be all for nothing. It'll be all put out. That fire will be put out. The momentum will be halted. The steam that she has, stopped by the Royal Rumble, and that's being generous. By Survivor Series, Becky Lynch might be an afterthought. Because that is what we are seeing already. The fans are going ballistic over this new Becky Lynch turn, but that's just going to position her back into that face role. She may carry a little bit of her new edge, but she's still going to be positioned as a face. And when you do that, when you are not a full throttle heel, you have to adhere to the rules and guidelines of a face. Whereas a heel, they can go outside of the box and not really get in trouble. They can go out of bounds and not really get in trouble because they're the heel. So what am I saying? I don't think we're ever going to truly get to see Becky Lynch go full throttle heel. Because of the response she's already getting, this is going to tell Vince we have to position her differently. Because we can sell more t-shirts that way. We can put her on more toys in Target and Walmart. We can put her on more posters. We can make her the fucking smiley face that is going to sell tickets now. But what happens is, that's all fun and cuddly for a couple of months. Oh, she's this big superstar. BC, that's fine, right? Whether she's heel or face, as long as she's in the limelight. Yeah, but for how long? For how long will she be in that limelight? Vince doesn't know what to do with a face Becky. And that is what we, the fans, are doing. We have fucked this up for Becky already. This is all fun and it's all cool and it's badass. Becky heel turn. Where do you think this goes? I think long term. I think in the future of these characters, of these superstars, of these storylines. WWE is in a fucking pickle right now. They created another mess. Like John Cena. Cheers and boos, and as long as we get a reaction, it's fun. No, not for a long-time wrestling fan for over 30 years like myself. I want to know who's the hero, who's the villain. Who do I love? Who can't I stand? And when we choose who the fuck that is, like we did with Stone Cold, like we did with Daniel Bryan, then Vince, and it's his job mainly, but all of WWE suit and ties, they need to figure out a way of how we put Stone Cold or Daniel Bryan in that spot, because that's what the fans want. When we wanted Rocky to turn heel, die Rocky die, Rocky sucks. That was us telling Vince that needs to change ASAP. And every time we tell Vince to change something and put a superstar somewhere, what happens? It always works, doesn't it? We told Vince to put Stone Cold in that position. Stone Cold, there was never another like him in the business. We told Vince to put Daniel Bryan in that position. Daniel Bryan in that movement was one of the biggest movements we'll ever see in this business. We told him to turn Rocky heel. What happened? The Rock became an entity in the world. Listen to us. We will tell you. When we told you to turn John Cena heel, he didn't. And what happened? John Cena never actually reached his full potential as a superstar. Trust me. Roman Reigns, we said 2 years ago, put him as a heel. Vince didn't listen. And I promise you, no matter how they book Roman Reigns, he will never fully reach his true potential, the peak of it, until he turns heel. Vince just stopped listening. That's what happened. And now the result of that is going to be a cookie cutter heel Becky Lynch. Not full throttle heel Becky Lynch. It's going to be a cookie cutter. So she could be put on those toys. So she could be put on marketing ads and promotional fucking booklets. Or whatever the fuck they hand out at live events. So that the little girls can still go. Even though she's a little bit of a heel, they can still go, I want to be like her, mommy. Come on, man. I wanted to see full throttle Becky, and instead we're going to see cookie cutter edgy Becky, right? She'll use the word bitch every now and again. That's not what I was hoping for, and I'm telling you, Vince McMahon will butcher this. When you think about a heel, you think of that old school Triple H. You think of that old school Randy Orton in the Legend Killer when that was created. You think of down in NXT, Tommaso Ciampa in how stealth mode he is. Literally a cerebral assassin. His movements, his mannerisms. You know as a fan he's badass, but you don't go over the top and cheer for him because you are sold that he is the heel. We play our part, he plays his part. His part does not work. He is not that good of a heel if we're just going ballistic and cheering him and cheering the roof off the place for Tommaso. It works because everybody knows their part. Everyone's going ballistic for Becky like she's this huge face. I'm glad you guys like it. I'm glad you guys like the edginess. But we, the fans, sometimes it's good to know our part so the character that we do like and love can actually flourish. I hope this makes sense. I know it's really psychological, man, and it's really dissecting this thing. But when you watch for over 30 fucking years and you got a mind like I got, man, and you know where things are headed, and sometimes those things are not headed in the right direction, man, I gotta speak up. So everyone's having fun now with this. Yeah, Becky's getting cheered. Becky's got it in the title picture. She's got the spotlight. Don't be surprised if, holla at your boy, good old BC was right, and in a month or two, 3 months tops, Becky Lynch is back in obscurity because she became cookie cutter kinda edgy Becky and not full throttle heel Becky. Because what I would have done if I'm turning Becky Lynch heel every fucking week until the fans get the point, I am having her go out there and saying, how stupid are you people? I don't need you. You cheer for me like a bunch of idiots. How many times do I need to tell you? I'm doing this on my own. When you cheer for me, you're just showing your stupidity. You are nothing but a collection of imbeciles. Literally, I don't care if it takes 5 minutes. Trash every audience you're in front of. Let them know that you have zero respect for every fan in attendance and every fan at home. You literally think they are the scum on the bottom of your shoe. Your movements and everything should be stealth mode. Badass. When you end the show with just Becky holding up the championship and ending by telling Charlotte, you bitch, smashing the fucking microphone into Charlotte's chest after saying you bitch. So you said the word bitch, you know that's gonna get a pop, because bitch always gets a pop. You're portraying her already as a face with an edge. Don't be surprised if that doesn't last fucking long. I would have went full throttle with Becky, man. I felt there's a lot of potential to be tapped in there. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong. The edginess is great. But there's more in there that she'll never be able to show if she keeps getting that response. I promise you, the way Suits and Ties creatively book heels, especially full throttle heels, is much different than they do with somebody that is kind of portrayed as a face. And that's what Becky is going to be. I'll shut up about it now, but I ain't fucking happy about where this is going. It had a good potential. It had high potential. It had high hopes. And I don't like how they're doing this, man. They're already kind of transitioning Becky into this 50-50, and soon that'll be 70-30, and soon people won't give a fuck about it. Charlotte Flair took on Carmella last night in the main event. This was a match that went well over 10 fucking minutes and saw Carmella doing suicide dives and Frankensteiners. That's right. Who the fuck was that Carmella last night? Good shit on her end. And I love the way that after the match, by the way, that was a figure 8 leg lock, a tap out by Carmella. Charlotte wins the match, retains her championship. So Carmella failed her rematch for the championship. So this brought out Becky Lynch to jump Charlotte from behind. I love how Charlotte sold this motherfucker, the punches. This was some real life shit. This is why I love Sasha Banks and Charlotte so much. It's not just their ability and their skill set in the ring. It's how they fucking sell. Charlotte sold that like you would in real life. For those of you that have never been in a real fight or gotten jumped, let me tell you, because I've been in so many barroom fights and I've been jumped so many times. Let me tell you what happens. If you get your bell fucking rung from behind, you get a beer bottle from the back of your fucking skull or whatever, you drop like a ton of bricks and you're fucked up, your first instinct is you cover up your fucking dome piece. Anybody who's been jumped from behind or just in enough fights to know, when your bell is rung and you know you can't stand, you got fucked up, and you got to get your head right, you protect your dome piece. Charlotte got jumped from behind. Realistically, if this is real life, you just protect your dome piece. If you cannot stand up, if your bell is rung, right? And people that have never been in a fight, they're the funniest mother. They're like, if somebody jumped me from behind and I'm getting right up and I'm fucking bashing their head. Tough talk. I love when people tough talk. Try getting into an actual try actually getting jumped and getting into a brawl that way. Starting off the brawl, getting jumped. Initially, your bell can be fucking clocked, man, and it's happened to me. And I promise you, you drop like a ton of bricks and you cover your fucking dome piece until you can regroup and start plotting your revenge at that point. But until you can get to your feet and regroup, you cover your dome piece, and that's what Charlotte did realistically. It was fucking epic. So Becky's throwing in bows, and Charlotte's protecting her dome piece. Again, for anybody who's been in a real-life fucking brawls, whether it's the bar room or the fucking street, or in your fucking house, with your fucking brother, or maybe you're fighting your fucking father, or maybe somebody broke in and you're fighting them. Anybody who knows that was just so fucking realistic. The selling on Charlotte, she got dropped, she protected her dome piece, and she took her ass whipping until she could regroup. It sucks, but sometimes when your bell is rung, you gotta just protect your dome piece and take your ass whooping with like a fucking man or like a fucking woman. You gotta take your beating sometimes in life. Awesome selling. I cannot be any more prouder of Charlotte. She always exceeds on the microphone. She exceeds in the ring, and even her selling. Just like I talk about Sasha Banks. In real life, you would cover up. You're not just gonna sit there with your arms open, taking the shots, and be like, oh, shit, fuck, I can't fucking strike back even though my arms are just on the side. No, in real life, you cover up. I love it. Those details, guys. Those are the fucking details that a true pro wrestling fan can point out. Little shit like that. Like Charlotte just covering up her dome piece, her head. It makes it more realistic. I loved it. Awesome selling by Charlotte taking those bows by Becky Lynch last night. And that was it. Becky Lynch holds up the strap to Becky, Becky, Becky chants. Canada's going nuts for Becky, just like the United States was last week. What's Becky Lynch? Little bit of a heel? Majorly a face now? Again? So face turned heel, turned face again? Nobody's gonna sell me that she's a heel now, guys. I'm sorry, no, it ain't gonna happen. She's a face. We, the fans, never let her become a full throttle heel. So if Becky gets ruined in the next 8 to 12 weeks, we can blame ourselves. But we were so quick to boo Charlotte, because everybody just hates Charlotte. She's a Flair, and everyone thinks she just gets things handed. So we're so quick to hate her, and we're so quick to just love the new badass. It's a new fad. Pro wrestling fans love to jump on the new fad. Anybody that turns heel, they're now badass, and we're with them. Just to show that we're going against the grain. We're against WWE. Vince calls Raw his A show? Well, then SmackDown's the A show. Now I'm cool. WWE main roster is what Vince loves? Well, then I love NXT. Yeah, now I'm cool. I'm telling you right now, if Roman turned heel like I've been saying he needed to do for years now, I'm not going to cheer it. I'm going to let him evolve in that heel role. I'm gonna boo, but this time I'm not gonna boo like, get the fuck off of my fucking television, get the fuck out of the arena, I don't want to see you. This is gonna be booing as part of the story. I'm gonna love his work, hopefully. He's not gonna turn fucking heel and all of a sudden we're all gonna be like, woo! Roman! No, I hope not. Because then he's just back into the face role. Which is the whole thing we've been trying to get away from. Vince doesn't know what to do with face Becky. So what does the fans do? Woo! Let's cheer her every chance we get now that she showed a little bit of an edge. Again, I love the edge too, guys. But if we wanted her to go full throttle heel, you gotta treat her like a Tommaso Ciampa or fucking Triple H or a Randy Orton back in the day. Let her be an actual heel. These days, we just cheer every single fucking person that turns. I wouldn't be surprised if Braun Strowman's getting fucking cheered next week. And that's befuddling to a lot of people because a lot of people don't even understand why he turned heel. But don't be surprised if him, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph are all getting cheered next week. And it's against fucking Roman Reigns, so I wouldn't doubt that's gonna happen. I miss the day where a heel could be a heel. I really do miss those days, man. And Charlotte, to me, should have been the heel all along. Charlotte's got the fucking mic skills to fucking antagonize and make you fucking hate her, right? Becky Lynch can be a great fucking heel. She's just not going to get the chance. The fans will not let her. And if you think Vince hasn't taken notice, think again. And when you're booked, when you're looked at and you're perceived with all those cheers and you're perceived as this face, you're going to get booked as such. If I'm WWE, I'm having Becky Lynch go out to every arena, especially on television, and lay into the crowd. Let them know, I'm not here for your respect. I'm not here for your claps. I'm not here for your chants. I'm here to fuck shit up, fuck up your heroes, and do it without you. And in the process, insult you. Bully each and every one of you. If Becky's gonna be a full throttle heel, then she's gonna have to be made a full throttle heel. Having her come out at the end of the match, hold up the championship, and use the word bitch for a pop, you're already booking her as a face. Nobody's gonna boo that Becky. So no casual fan's gonna tune in and go, wow, that is a heel. I can't stand her. Crowd loves her, but I'm gonna hate her. Let's move on, because I can't even, man. I'm just dumbfounded by WWE. This isn't even, you can't even start this mess with the fans. This mess started with WWE, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing 99.99.99.99.99% of the time. But the rest of the show, just as fucking dreadful, right? How about fucking Naomi and Billie Kay? Want to talk about that first? Not much to talk about. 2-minute match with Naomi. Naomi in a 2-minute match with Billie fucking Kay. Second week in a row, Naomi flat on her back. 1, 2, 3. Billie Kay picks up the victory. Peyton Royce beats Naomi last week. Billie Kay beats Naomi this week. And not just beats Naomi, but in 2 minutes. You think there's some drastic outside interference, right? No, Peyton Royce does a little something on the outside. The tiniest of distractions. And Naomi, simplistic, almost like Sasha Banks in a roll-up. 1, 2, 3, flat on her back, Naomi looking like a fucking clown. I hope there's an end game. I don't know what it would be. Naomi gets a tag team partner, and she gets ultimate revenge in a tag team match? Is that really worth all of these losses? Every single fucking Peyton Royce last week, Billie Kay this week, maybe it's gonna be Peyton again next week. What the fuck happened to Naomi? It's great Becky Lynch is even getting any limelight, whether it lasts past Royal Rumble or not. She's getting some. Naomi is over here losing to the fucking Iconics back to back to back to back. That's right, I added 2 more fucking back-to-backs because I don't think that's the end of it. We've already seen Sasha Banks get beat by the Riot Squad 716 times. Who the fuck is to say that Naomi is not going to get beat by the Iconics every fucking week now? BC, let it play out. What is there to play out? Realistically, Naomi is not losing to Peyton Royce. And realistically, Naomi. Think about who we're talking about is not going to lose to Billie fucking Kay. Oh my God. And again, it's not just the loss. It's the fact that the outside interference was so minuscule. I'm like, Naomi's not going to lose with that. And then on top of all of that, she loses in like 2 minutes. Fucking A. What? On what planet? That wasn't even the worst shit, man. Jeff Hardy last night goes to do a promo in the middle of the ring. Randy Orton comes out. They do a little bit of a sparring session, mic to mic. And Jeff Hardy tells Randy Orton, what's he actually say? You're going to hell, and I'm coming with you. Inside hell in a cell. And then he does the fucking Orton pose. But it was fucking Jeff Hardy, man. I love him. He's such an awkward dude. But I love him. But it fell flat, man. We're in front of a Canada crowd, and that Canada crowd didn't know what to do with Billie Kay over fucking Naomi. That Canada crowd didn't know what the fuck to do. Where they? Toronto again, I believe, right? That crowd didn't know what to do with that Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton promo. Like, okay, you set up a match inside of Hell in a Cell, mind you. They're gonna do Hardy and Orton in the cell. I think that's pretty fucking epic. That's a huge announcement. And that's the best you got, is just have fucking Jeff Hardy in the middle of the ring, Orton come halfway down the ramp and say, I'm not gonna get in the ring. And then Hardy says, that's okay. I'm gonna see you inside Hell in a Cell. And then he does this weird pose. The crowd is dead. I'm talking silent to the point where you couldn't even hear a pin fucking drop. That's the best you had. That's the best. For such a big announcement, the best you had is we'll just have Hardy in the ring and Orton on the ramp and we'll have them talk for a few minutes. And that's it. That'll get them hooked. That's must-see TV at Hell in a Cell. You're a multi-fucking billion dollar conglomerate company with all these fucking, this huge writing staff, all these creators, and the best you got is that. That's when you know, oh, the fucking people on podcasts and the people on YouTube, they think they know better than the actual people in the business. Yeah, motherfucker! Yeah, motherfucker! Yeah, motherfucker! That's what the Amplified Man is exactly telling you. I am smarter than their writing team. I said it. The boogeyman, the bad man, the badass son of a bitch, the Amplified Man said it. You don't like it? Cry! Cry in the tear bucket, bitch! I ain't a hard man to find. I walk the streets of New York City whooping ass every day. And it's usually dumb motherfuckers like their dumb writing staff. That pisses me off when I see lackluster, easy way out booking. But I'm not even done. The big announcement for Samoa Joe and AJ Styles at Hell in a Cell, that was made last night. First of all, it's not even gonna be in the cell. Not even gonna be in the cell. Just another match. So how do you get us pumped? AJ Styles, just like Jeff Hardy, is in the middle of the ring, just cutting a promo. And instead of Samoa Joe doing what Orton did and going halfway down the ramp, they just had Samoa Joe up on the Tron, calling Wendy on the phone. AJ Styles gets pissed off, he runs up the rampway, and he's trying to find Samoa Joe in the parking lot, but Samoa Joe is nowhere to be found. I always say, I love when things go to the parking lot, but have something cool happen. He just tries to chase down Samoa Joe, who supposedly called Wendy the wife of AJ. Who the fuck cares anymore? That shit was fun to get us to SummerSlam. You can't keep up this Wendy storyline a whole nother month, or at least you shouldn't. You should have another layer to this feud. Every fucking week he's gonna call Wendy. Next week Samoa Joe's gonna write Wendy a letter, and that's gonna be enthusiastic television, intriguing. They're actually gonna show Samoa Joe write a 6-minute letter to Wendy. The only Wendy I want to see from here on out is Wendy's in their fucking Baconator. I don't even like bacon. It just looks juicy as fuck. So AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, that huge announcement for Hell in a Cell is just made by a little fucking in-ring promo. Samoa's up at the Tron. Are you hooked? Are you excited? Is it gonna be anything different than SummerSlam? It doesn't look like it, but fuck it. We'll tune in anyway. So why give them something creative? They're just gonna tune in anyway. Fuck them. Let's take the week off. Crowd was dead as fuck again. All of these segments on a 2-hour show, dead as fuck, dead as fuck, dead as fuck. You would not think we're in fucking Toronto. You would not think we're in Canada. Naomi getting pinned in 2 minutes. On what fucking planet? Bitch, please! Be out my way, motherfucker, with that jazz you're trying to send over to me. Naomi pinned in 2 minutes. The fuck out of here, motherfucker! The fuck out of here, bitch! I said bitch, did that get a pop? A face pop that Becky dropped last night? You bitch! Pop! Becky! 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 I'm a heel, I'm a face, I'm a heel, I'm a face, I'm a fucking chameleon, I'm whatever you want me to be. As long as I get a reaction, that's all Vince wants. Fuck it. What else happened last night? Oh, it gets exciting. You guys ready to be excited? How about another tag team tournament? We can't come up with number one contenders. We don't have dominant teams that deserve opportunities. Every fucking month, we gotta have a new tournament of some sort because it's a clusterfuck anyway. The weirdest fucking teams get in these tournaments too. These are supposed to be tournaments. It's good to see the Colognes back. How the fuck did they automatically get a shot at the championship? They're automatically in this tournament. You know how? Because there's not enough tag teams, so they're just like, anybody want in? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Colognes are like, fuck. We were working at the local fucking Lowe's or Home Depot. But fuck it, we'll come back to wrestle if you got no tag teams. We'll take a shot at the titles. So the Colognes are in there with the Bar. I don't even fucking know who else. Gallows and Anderson. The Bar ends up winning the match. So now Paige is backstage, and she's telling Rusev and Aiden English that next week they'll be in a triple threat tag match with the Usos Insanity. More triple threat tag team tournament action. And then the Bar will take on the winner of that match next week, the following week. And then at Hell in a Cell, we got another tag match we don't give a fuck about. Against the New Day. Now, the real good thing about last night, during that whole tag team schmaz turmoil bullshit, was that the New Day was on commentary. And I love that shit, man. New Day at commentary is straight gold. Just like R-Truth last night, still trying to find Carmella so he can pin her. I hope they do something cool with that, man. I hope the end to this whole R-Truth storyline is that he actually pins Carmella. I hope women's rights and the feminist movement is going to be okay with that. I hope Vince in WWE doesn't get in trouble. It's entertainment. Carmella's fine. But I hope R-Truth can somehow pin Carmella, even if it's in a fun way. Speaking of the New Day, they kicked off SmackDown last night, and this was probably the only entertaining segment for me last night, was Booker T coming out to crown the New Day as five-time tag team champions, and in the five-time club that Booker T made famous. And he came out as King Booker. King Booker came out, man. That was badass. He did a spin-a-rooney. Kofi Kingston did a spin-a-rooney. Xavier Woods did a spin-a-rooney. Big E tried to do a spin-a-rooney. He got spun because he couldn't do it. So he just looked like a fucking turtle, like on his back, on his shell. Xavier and Kofi had to spin him around. That was the only thing I can think of, guys. Other than that, I mean, match of the night was easily Daniel Bryan versus Andrade Cien Almas. Zelina Vega was down there getting into the mix with Brie Bella. So that was the match of the night, but that ended in a DQ. Andrade Almas continues another loss. Even though it's a DQ, it's another loss for Almas. He's lost quite a bit so far since being on the roster. Whether it was a loss to Rusev, I think that was a mixed tag, right? Rusev and Lana versus Zelina and Almas, but still, that was a loss in that tag match. He lost against AJ Styles already, lost on a DQ here against Daniel Bryan. Now, he's in high-profile matches, that's cool, but the record books, if anybody wants to go back and look, he's got quite a bit of losses already. But he lost a DQ match He lost in DQ fashion in this match because The Miz and Maurice got involved. And after the match, Zelina, Maurice, Miz, and Almas all put the attack in the boots to Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan. So this not only sets up more Miz versus Daniel Bryan for the future. We already know the mixed tag match is going to be at Hell in a Cell. Brie and Daniel Bryan versus Maurice and Miz. But this also sets something epic up for the future between Almas and Daniel Bryan. Because that's unfinished business. Not only was there not a definitive winner last night, just a DQ. But afterwards, Almas and Zelina Vega joined in on the beatdown. So Daniel Bryan, once he's done with this whole Miz storyline, is going to be looking for Almas, and I can't wait because we saw last night, that's a badass match. They can go in the ring. They're stiff with each other because of their styles, and they want to show each other the respect of not being what Daniel Bryan calls Miz, soft. And they're laying into each other. And I thought that was a badass match. And that was they gave him approximately 10 minutes. Imagine if they gave him a pay-per-view 20 to 25 minutes at least. With enough build and a proper story, Almas and Daniel Bryan is going to be something epic in the future. Be on the lookout for that. Again, I just hope they build Almas the right way. He's already kind of fluttering. They give him high-profile matches, but I don't feel he looks as strong as he should be looking. And Almas is too good of a talent to look weak, like he did with Rusev and AJ Styles tapping out in a split second. Last night, at least, when Daniel Bryan, I don't know if it was the yes lock, but he was in a submission hold, and Almas was not tapping out. He kept his fucking ground. He looked strong in there. That's a good sign of improvement for that character that Almas is portraying. You gotta look strong, because he's got the talent to back it up. Now you gotta look strong. You can't be looking weak in your booking. Next for Almas, starting next Tuesday, he needs to start winning matches. Enough with the high-profile matches. I don't give a fuck if he's in there with jobbers. He needs to start winning match after match after match. Bottom line, no ifs, ands, or buts. That might be everything, guys. Or that's most shit anyway. That wasn't a breathtaking SmackDown. That wasn't even a good SmackDown. I'm not saying it was tragic. But by SmackDown standards, A, and B, and probably more importantly, you had some big announcements for Hell in a Cell for next month, in a couple weeks actually. Huge announcements. I felt this show needed to bring a lot more to the table. I felt that it needed to pack a bigger punch. It didn't do either, man. This show fell flat to me. And I'm extra critical of it because I know SmackDown is better than this. I've already handed out too many mulligans this year. Too many Raw mulligans, too many SmackDown mulligans. So I'm going to be harsh tonight, or on this review I should say. I'm going to be extra harsh. I'm not going to give SmackDown a mulligan. I'm going to say it was a flat out, just a bad show. They needed to deliver bigger and better. They did not. They're not going to get any more mulligans, just like Raw's not either. When it's shit, it's going to be called out for it. Raw came out with a Trish Stratus return, Kevin Owens quitting, Braun Strowman heel turn. SmackDown didn't have anything really of epic importance to talk about over the next 7 days. That's unacceptable. I'm the Amplified man. Amplified coffees and amplified ass whoopings all day today. I'm hoping you guys kick today's ass as well. I'll see you tomorrow for my favorite video of the week, Amplified Q&A. If you got a question for the Amplified man, drop it down below or over on the Twitter machine. For now, check you later.